Hey guys, Midget here, and welcome to another Walking Dead video review. Today is a throwback review to The Walking Dead Season 1 Episode 1, Days Gone By, and you may see that there's a giant, camera quality better thingy. That's because I got a new camera, and I'm doing the Season 1. What the hell? We're already in Season 4 and I'm doing Season 1. What is wrong with me? I do not know. All I know that I'm reviewing the throwback, and it's currently the 1st of September, so 8 more days for Americans, 9 more days for me, until the second half of Season 4 comes out. So I really need to get a move on with doing my throwback review for Season 1, and when Season 4 ends I'll do Season 2, and then Season 5, obviously, which is confirmed. But let's get straight into it, the start I actually loved because it's not in chronological order, and also it gets the person's attention. As you might think, it's the first episode of The Walking Dead, only 4 million viewers, compared to now it gets 12 every episode. So it needed to make an amazing impact for people to carry on watching it, and I think it did, because Rick was driving a car. He got this, he tried to get some petrol and it said don't come in or something, and there was this zombie girl. She was first of all she was turned around initially, she was like this, and then Rick goes, little girl, and she goes like her face is proper torn off, and she's got, if you look closely, she's got braces like me. Not the same colour, I don't think, but she has got braces nevertheless. So that was a good way to get the readers to watch his attention, And then obviously we see the intro for the first time, which is amazing because the intro looks really good, and I love the intro. It fits The Walking Dead really well, and the music by Bear, the intro, was obviously made for so long. Well, not so long, but we've seen it all the way up to Season 4 because it's such a good song, and then after that you see this chilling scene between Rick and Shane, and they're just chilling, talking about life, talking about women, and Shane comes across as one of these men that always gets rejected, because he just keeps talking about Laurie, how is she, blah blah blah, and Rick, he's not very good with Laurie so far, and then they're eating their chips and everything, as stereotypical American cops do, but they eat donuts on shows, and they get called up to go after these bad guys, and then they do, and they put those things on the floor, and the bad guy car does this flip and rolls over, which is also, it's this is in the first 5 minutes, so it could be 10, but it gets the viewers' attention, it'll make them want to carry on. And then there's a massive shootout. Rick gets shot once, but he gets shot in the chest plate, and he takes off, and he's like, oh, so lucky, and they all start laughing. Then again he gets shot again, and it takes off half his skin, not literally half it, half of his body. And what happens, oh my god, focus, and what happens, he goes into a coma, and he sees Shane comes in to give him some flowers, and when you're in a coma you don't know, time doesn't fly by, so 1 minute you see Shane giving him flowers, and the other he wakes up, responds to Shane, because obviously time doesn't fly by, so he thought it happened now, and he looks to the flowers because Shane's not there, and the flowers are really dead. So that gives off that was probably the best scene in The Walking Dead to date, symbolistically wise, if that's even a word, symbolise, it was really good. And then Rick goes down the hall, and he finds this door that I first read don't dead open inside. I was like, what the hell? But it's don't open, dead inside, and he obviously didn't know what it was, but he saw the fingers coming through, so he didn't open it. He goes outside and he gets blinded by the light, and so do we, because it was such a dark atmosphere, and then most people like watching it in darkness, if you know what I mean, don't like to watch TV with light on, how I do, so it didn't really make a difference on me, because, but if someone likes to watch something in dark, and it's in a dark atmosphere, and then a giant sort of light outside, it blasts through your eyes, and you start to do that. So we did the same thing as Rick, and then Rick goes, starts heading to his house, goes through that giant I think his back garden of the hospital with like all the bodies laid out in order. He doesn't know what it is, and he goes for that bike. Then there's that zombie girl, like the motorbike girl. There's loads of like news about her, and don't know why, because she's not really that good. She's just a one-time off walker, but it's the first walker we ever see. So I guess she is pretty important. Just to get the timing of the first walker right. And he gets the bike, he drives home, he goes inside, and he cries because of all the pictures. You know, so he really sells the first episode to us, because what he actually cries, you can see the pain in his eyes. And if you go home, after I didn't know, it could have been 10 years perhaps, you know, you don't know, and he goes home to find out there's nothing there. You would be gobsmacked, you would be crying, wouldn't you? Like, you don't know where your family is, you might never find them again, they might be dead. So he cried, and really, like, the show came to life then. He goes outside, he just sits on the pathway, and then you just see a walker come into him, and he almost gets him until Dwayne, the little black kid, he comes and shovels him in his face, and I was like, oh! And then, when he's like really concussed, Morgan comes up to him and says, are you bitten? And he doesn't know what he's on about, he just passes out. And then later on, Morgan basically wakes him up, tells him about the walkers, which he doesn't know about until they at the dinner. And another thing I liked is all the blankets, you know, laid out. I was like, oh, that's sick. And they look through the blankets, and Dwayne sees his mother, the walker, and she tries to open the door, which is kind of weird, because I don't think walkers know how to open doors, but you see the doorknob getting open, and they eat tea, you know, put the lights out, so the walkers don't know they're there, you know, because walkers are like light, sound, whatever. And basically the next day, Rick and Morgan and Dwayne head off to the cop station, because the cop station has their own electric system thingy, and they have a warm shower. And it was really funny, because Morgan and Dwayne were like, oh baby, Jesus, and it was really funny. And then Rick shoots his friend Leon, I can't remember his second name, he just says he was like a moron or something, and shoots him. And he gives Morgan the walkie-talkie, and he says, keep in touch with me, I'll be live like every 8 PM or something, or like sunset, sunrise, whatever. And Morgan goes home with all the guns, and you can just see the most emotional scene ever. Morgan again sells the show to us when he gets through that thing with the sniper, and he's got his crosshairs on his wife, and then he's just about to do it, he gets it straight on the forehead, in the middle of the forehead, and he just can't, you know, he bursts out crying, and he just can't do it. And then Dwayne says, can I get back up? Can I go upstairs? And he's like, Dwayne, no, stay downstairs. We don't know what happens with that, obviously. Spoiler alert, we know that in like 2 seasons, since season 3, Dwayne dies, so I don't know how that happens either. But Rick gives off his first talk, and then we see Shane's group, you know, Laurie, Carl, for the first time since the Walker outbreak. I don't know how it happened. It would be nice seeing how the Walker outbreak happened, but we might see that in the last episode of the last episode of the show, how it happened. And you know, Shane tries to talk to Rick, but he doesn't get the connection he needs, and he doesn't, you know, manage to talk to him. It's all like fuzzy, so you can't really tell it's Rick's voice. And then Shane and Laurie fight, and Rick tries to get petrol from this like abandoned farm type thing, and everyone's dead inside, so he doesn't get the petrol he needs to run his car. So he finds a horse, he gets the horse, he rides it into Atlanta, and that's where you see the first like the cover for season 1. You see when he's just driving on the horse into Atlanta, and if you look in the top right when he's like on that road from the picture, you can see the crows, and they're so fake. I know it was really fake, because I've seen the actual venue and location, and it's nothing like that. It's so fake. And well, Rick eventually gets into Atlanta, and he tries to cut this corner after, you know, he sees some walkers on a bus. They're obviously dead, but he tries to cut a corner, and there's like a million zombies in that. It was like the what the hell moment. The horse literally flips, he's like running away, and then the like zombies chase him and come out of every single possible direction. So he falls off the horse, he drops his guns, and also he, you know, he gets chased by the walkers, and the horse gets eaten. However, he manages to escape under a tank, and all the walkers get to him again, and he's just about to shoot himself. He's like, "Laurie, Carl, I'm sorry," and then he just like looks up, and then there's that hatch from the tank, and he goes up, and he's like, just goes back, and then he turns, and there's a walker, so he tries to get his gun, right? And the walker like wakes up, he's like, "What are you doing?" And then Rick puts the gun there and shoots the walker's brains out, and then basically what happens is he's concussed. He's in there doing that. He's like, "What the hell is happening?" He's drunk basically, and he just doesn't know what to do. He opens the hatch, the top hatch, not the bottom hatch, and loads of walkers tried to pile in, but he manages to close it in time. He was looking for weapons. He just didn't open the hatch because for nothing. He tried to look for the weapons, and then he's just like thinking about what to do, and then the music starts playing for the end of the first episode, and then he's like, Glenn, we know it's Glenn, but I just call it the mysterious voice because we don't know we didn't know at this point who it was, and he's like, "Hey, dumbass, you guy in the tank." He's like, "What the hell?" I kind of liked that for an ending because it was a cliffhanger ending. So if someone didn't know whether to watch the next episode of the show, really didn't need to watch the next episode of the show, he just made them that ending. Oh, it's a cliffhanger ending. And how I normally do questions at the end of my videos and ratings. I first do the questions and don't really have any questions, but the actors are the real deal. They really show the emotion. So this isn't if you don't know, I do a review, then I do my little analysis after, and then I just give you the my rating out of 10. And so the actors are the real deal. As I said, they really show their emotions, and basically that's it. Yeah, I'm just saying, that's it really. I'll give this, because it's really different to what we see now, isn't it? It's the first episode in the first season. It could be as well be the most bloodiest season, but that's not what I'm here for, For a premiere, I gotta give it a 10 out of 10 because it's absolutely insane. It made me want to watch it. I spent around 50 quid. Don't tell my mum because she's downstairs. But she went on holiday and I got a card and I spent 50 quid on every single episode in that thingy because I didn't watch it straight away. I got it on PS4 and I was like, PS3. I was like, oh, The Walking Dead, so I bought one episode because I had 15 quid by myself, and it was £2.50 per episode in HD, so I was like, oh, let's watch the first one, which was my money, of course, and then I was like, oh my god, I ran out of money, mum's credit card, and so yeah, it was a 10 out of 10, I loved everything about it, and yeah, so guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Another one's coming tomorrow for season 1, episode 2, and yeah, so this is Midget. I'm going to see you guys next time.